Good evening. My name's Ed Schmierer. I'm an attorney with Mason, Griffin, and Pearson, and I serve as your special counsel for affordable housing. Also worked with Bill for a number of years on the planning board. I think the comments Bill shared with you were right on point. The sewer issue that I will comment upon simply relates to our affordable housing program. That program was developed by the planning board and endorsed by the township committee after about 2.5 years of a lot of work, also with Dory and the other folks on the Affordable Housing Committee. We have a plan. The plan is dated 2008. This plan has been submitted to the state for review and approval. The number in this plan shows 419 units of new housing that this community will have to provide over the next 8 or 10 years. I agree with Mr. Conley. As we stand here this evening, this is the plan. This is the obligation. It has not been struck down. Nothing's been changed in Hopewell Township in terms of its obligation. Now, clearly, COA, the Council on Affordable Housing, has been tossed, but that doesn't change the Fair Housing Act requirements nor the law that this community and every community does continue to have an affordable housing obligation. I'd also agree with the last speaker. As we sit here today, you have adopted an ordinance, and now it's going to be questioned at a referendum, but you've adopted an ordinance that does provide for sewer capacity for several of your large sites. The one you purchased over here, the Hutchinson Zat Track, which will support 180 units of affordable housing, and also Pennytown, which will support 70 units of affordable housing. Both of those sites are a part of your plan, and you have basically provided sewer capacity so those two sites can actually work. Denal Road already has already has sewer capacity. That site will work. In other words, today you have a compliant, workable plan. This plan is sitting down at the Department of Community Affairs with a group called the Local Planning Services Division. They just happen to be the old COA people that moved from the 3rd floor to the 1st floor. And those are the folks we're dealing with right now. The plan is a valid plan, and you've taken steps by adopting the ordinance, which will provide these two sites as a realistic opportunity to develop. The fear would be that if these two sites do not get public sanitary sewer capacity, then they're not realistic. You can't put 180 or 70 houses on any of these properties without public sewers. And in that event, unless you were to come up with a plan B and at least provide sewer capacity for these sites, in my opinion, you would be subject to a builder's remedy lawsuit. Not today, and not until this ordinance is knocked down, if it is. But if that occurs, then I believe you would be subject to a builder's remedy lawsuit. And with the economy in the tank, we haven't faced too many of those recently. But my office is currently defending 2 of them in Highland Park, which were filed last year. One of them in the township of Haddon, which was filed last year. And as the economy strengthens, it's more than likely that others will be filed against towns that are not in compliance. So right now, I'm in the opinion you're in compliance. You provided sewer capacity for all the properties that need sewer capacity in this plan. This plan remains completely valid. I agree with Mr. Conley. And your number remains 419. You have an obligation. So just from the affordable housing perspective, that's kind of our take on the need for public sanitary sewers for that element of your town. Thank you.